there! On Aberfeldy Street, everybody's got a different story to tell. Aberfeldy Portraits gathers the stories of people who live in Poplar or cross paths with our community, showing what people are most proud of and care about, and uncovering the colourful, rich differences that make Aberfeldy a vibrant place to be. Join us weekly as we share these stories, and maybe you'll discover something new.
Hello, we're here in the studio. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Maryam, and I'm here with you.
Fantastic. Before we started recording, we were talking about all sorts of things. We were talking about your place in Bethnal Green, we were talking about literature and maybe different levels of literature, and also we were talking about the imagination, and I just wondered, are these factors in any way linked to why you want to make a podcast? I mean, why do you want, what do you want to make a podcast about, maybe?
Probably that is part of it, because we are everything we are what we think, how we perceive ourselves, how we conduct ourselves, everything. So because like I said, when I read books, my visualization is really kind of vivid. I can visualize it, and I can walk with kind of as I'm reading a book, and I make the world in my head, and literally I can even smell it. I can literally feel it. That's how vivid I make the world. Do you know what I mean? And so that, like I said, I observe things differently, and I interpret things differently, and I feel like probably someone will somewhere feel like, oh, I actually benefited from the lady, the way she say, the way she thinks, or the way she brings her imagination to life, or something like this. So I think everything's that made the idea that, okay, I think I want to talk, I want to have a podcast of my own. I want to, because I go quite a lot of, I feel like, I think I have a song to sing, so probably someone is there who like it. Not everyone not everyone going to like it, but probably someone is there who will say, oh, I like the song. Do you know what I mean? So, and if they do, at least, someone benefited from me, and in the process, I do want to just tell basically like my side of the world, how things goes in my head, how I see things.
And do you have an idea about what maybe the first episode would be? Like, let's say we're like running into the future, we've got everything in place, we're starting with, let's say, I don't know, Maryam's point of view or Maryam's imagination podcast. What is the first subject you think you want to talk about?
Depression. Because I suffered from depression, and how I managed depression, how I did quite a lot of things along with managing depression. So quite a lot of people go depression because they kind of like they find it hard to basically go on with life, go on with day-to-day work. And so that is not really, sometimes depression is not good, but if you can manage it well, that's an interesting point of view you bring it to the world as well. Depression is like a dark side. You know what I mean? You go in the when the depression hits you, the world is really like a dark. Nothing. It's like barren land. You know what I mean? There is no nice flowers. So I have both sides to it. So when I come out from this depression side, so I can see the beauty of the world, the spring, the flowers, the birds, these and that. It amazes me. It captures me so much. In spring, when I see daffodils, when I see the flowers and the smell, it captivates me. Literally. So I see the both worlds. So I like talking about depression, and then I can say to people like, okay, you really have to understand yourself. You really need to talk to yourself. You need to make friends with yourself. okay, and you be nice, and slowly you are able to make a normal life, you have a normal life. Depression is like something like, just say for example someone, God forbid, lost their leg. What are you going to do? You have to make a living, you have to live without that, and you have to know how to make best of it. So depression is like that as well. So it's not like end of it, like quite a lot of people. There's a downside, obviously, because depression is really, it hits you really bad. It does. It has its own. But then you have to, like I said, you have to make friends with your own self and say, okay, I'm feeling down. I'm just going to, little bit, I'm going to stay in bed. Okay. What I mean? So you do this kind of stuff. You talk to yourself. And so I think that's the subject that makes me feel like,
I mean, I absolutely love the subject, not because it's a fun subject, but it's a subject that I think, a lot of people would relate to. And I really love your point of view as well, the way you look at depression. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's like one of the colours of life, but you kind of, you seem to have this kind of distance. You can dip into the darkness.
Exactly.
But you see it from a kind of like, I don't know, creative, the optimistic
so
side.
it's life's way. You see things, if you see the rainy day, it's like a rainy day. But if you wanted to see that as something, it's in your head how you see things. Do you know what I mean? Even the depression, like I said, it does have a big effect on your day-to-day life. But at the same time, it's like life's way of introducing you to something that quite a lot of people are not introduced. And I've got quite a lot of stuff to say about the other side of it, because my depression is quite interesting, because I have quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay, so there's stuff, but so there's so for example, depression as a subject is a big one, and I just wondered whether you had an idea of how you would like to take it. So what I mean by that, for example, there's a lot of podcasts out there where people say like, it's more like advice. So, okay, you're feeling depressed, you don't know where to start, you kind of, you're telling people what they could do if they're feeling a bit stuck. So you're giving advice. Or is it more about, I don't know, like what you're saying makes me think of like philosophy of life as well.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's
where is suffering, where is struggling, like,
there's a beauty there. There is the hardship that is like shapes you there as well, shape you there. But not all of us can, because that's what it is. It talks about, it's about you and yourself. How much do you know yourself? How much you can kind of, it's like if you can dance in the rain, that kind of things. If you can dance in the dark world, if you can make the dark world and get some out of it and live there and not just lose yourself there. Do you know what I mean? Live there, even though it's, that kind of things. It's not.
Yeah, but it doesn't define you. You don't have to be committed to that one way of doing
exactly.
But I mean, what does it mean to know yourself? I know this is like a huge question, and so what does it mean in your view to know yourself? And do you think why do people don't, they don't know themselves? Like, what is preventing people from really?
Well, because I love myself. So that's I say one of the thing is because my parents used to love me and my dad used to adore me. Okay, so that's a easy way to love yourself. But not everybody has the privilege to be loved by their parents. Quite a lot of people have ups and downs with their parents and things. So that's one of the things. Like I was like a center of my dad's world, wherever he was a businessman and did all this. So I grew up loving myself. I will do whatever I do, and I feel like a princess. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like I feel like the love to myself, understanding myself, that was quite given to me easily. But I understand quite a lot of people might not have that kind of relationship with them easily, like I did, and I still do. But that's how I actually. That's my I just.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that because as you said, not people have got different maybe childhoods or different experiences,
yeah.
But for example, if somebody maybe didn't have that kind of upbringing like you had, and it sounds amazing, and I think a lot of one's confidence comes from
Yeah.
our parents and
Definitely,
our families,
definitely.
right? Is there a way to kind of, I don't know, fix that if you didn't have that as a child? Is there anything that we can do to build the confidence, or I don't know, to feel better if we didn't have a fortunate family upbringing?
For some people it's going to be difficult, but you can because nothing should define you. You yourself should know that no, I am not what the other people are saying. I'm not unloved because my parents didn't love me, or I'm not someone not precious because my parents didn't show any, you know what I mean, or someone didn't do this. No, it's not. You slowly take little bit time, me time, basically. That's another thing. You pamper yourself, you go and do certain things for yourself, even with massage, go and do certain, and do some perfume making. That's one of the things I got into perfume making, is because I love, and it takes me to in another world. It's like the smell literally broadened my horizon to another level. Do you know what I mean? This kind of stuff, you slowly do the kind of time. Slowly, you spend time with yourself, me time, pampering yourself, do this, do that. Not like overspending, because that's going to be like thing. But yeah, and go to park, talk to, walk in the nature. All these stuffs, I think, will help you to find yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because we are. Everybody's beautiful. You know what I mean? We're talented in our own way. You might know something good, I might know something else that is, you know what I mean? So yeah, whatever we're good at, I think we should thrive on that. And
so also from what you're thinking, because I'm also kind of thinking back to the podcast idea. So already I think from this short conversation we're having now, there could be like so many different episodes or so many different like focus points for the podcast. Like for instance, this thing about making space for yourself to have a conversation with yourself, to find maybe those little moments or rituals, be it through perfume or going to the park, just
or even take a shower, take a nice hot shower or bath, draw a bath with a few essential oil, put some rose petal, do you know what I mean, put some Epsom salt, and you feel like sing. Do you know what I mean? That it makes you feel like, who cares? If the world doesn't like me, I don't care. I like myself. I love myself.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And then, why do we have to get approval from others? Like, okay, I am what you think of I am. I'm not. I am what I think I am. That's it. Yeah.
So then that in itself is like, I think it's like a really strong subject for an episode, for example, as well, as like, why do we seek approval of others? What is the point of that? And kind of invite people to even think about it, because some people don't even think about it probably. Just, everybody told me I'm like this, so I'm just going to carry on. But you're saying, hang on, is that true? Why do you think that of yourself? So that is like, I think it's a brilliant subject just in general in life. So that's quite a few things. But so we started talking about depression, and then we talked about your experience, your upbringing. That could be even an episode as well, to invite people to think about where they come from, what are their relationship with family, what is their relationship to their family, and how that defines them or doesn't define them. That's just one of the things.
Exactly. Just say because my family, my parents were like this, and I link my certain things with them. There are quite a lot of things, like for example, my mother was really disciplining us for study and stuff, and I still have it, and I did that on my kids. But I know I got quite a lot of things from my parents, good stuff. And one of the things, my father was like, he was so punctual, so I love coming on time. It's like if I'm late, I get a little bit annoyed. You know what I mean? So I know I got quite a lot of it. But that doesn't mean if someone, if they come from broken family or not stable family, but that doesn't mean you cannot, it's like universal things. You cannot follow it. No, we are human being really good at adjusting or what's the word? Learning new skill. Do you know what I mean? We are good at it. No, if you think like, no, I actually want to be a person, you just write it. I'm a health coach as well. So you write it down, like, okay, I want to be this. Okay, I want to be like this. And then you break it down, small steps. How am I going to be this? Okay, first thing I'm going to do this. Small step, you take it every day. And then you'll become what you want to become. So, I believe in coaching. If people if they follow it, they can actually come from A, they will go to B, definitely. Because, life is what you do regularly. So if you can change your habits, if you can change your way of thinking, and just it's doable, literally. But, yeah.
So is coach, obviously, as you mentioned, you're a coach as well. You're a woman of many talents and many skills. That's quite obvious. But I wondered, so for your podcast, are you thinking that maybe do you want to bring the coaching more to the, I don't know, do you want that style to shape the podcast? Is it about giving people tangible steps? Is it giving them advice?
No.
Or is it just
no? I think is like you said, is the philosophy of life that I wanted to kind of just to talk to people. I think that's what it is. Not giving them coaching advice or this or that. No. I think from what they will benefit from my way of seeing things. Then I'm giving them advice, because they can find advice on YouTube everywhere. But I don't need to give them advice. There's so many other things, health coaches, they will give them advice how to do this certain stuff, and this. I don't need to do the thing. But whatever the way I see the world, they don't see the world. And I think people can benefit from me. I actually believe wholeheartedly. That's one of the reasons I say, like, I want to do a podcast. And other subject I can talk, like as you know, I'm a health coach. I'm studying acupuncture as well. I can need to go into this stuff as well. I can say, I want to have a podcast on how you can make yourself certain with acupuncture or this or that. But I don't want that.
So you so in a way, what I'm hearing maybe is like the podcast will be something, you bring all those different experiences and thoughts and you put them together. So it's not like, it's a coaching podcast, it's a health podcast. It's a bit of everything, but really to kind of support this philosophy of life.
Yeah.
So you could be talking, I don't know, maybe about the weather today and somehow that will link to something, or you could be talking about, I don't know, some traumatic experience that happened to someone or to you, whatever, and that somehow can lead to a bunch of questions for somebody to maybe think about. But I wanted to ask you, because I think we've got quite a lot of material and it'll be really nice to listen back to it and just kind of note down the main themes. But I just wondered if you could really imagine, like, who would be the ideal listener to this, and if it's a different types of people, just list them. But who do you imagine would be likely to, who do you want to speak to with your podcast? And be specific.
Like I said before, it's like I'm a little bit weird. So probably people who wants to hear the weird side of life, what she's talking about. Because, so probably some people they will find it interesting, but I think people will find it interesting, because I find like I said, the depression side and this, it's quite a lot of goes on. People will be really interested. Okay, that's probably, it's going to be too drastic if I say it, but it's like, for example, I don't know if I should say or not, but it's like, demons, all these kind of things. I can feel it. I can see it. I can see it in the other world as well. So it's like, quite a lot of things goes on in my head, and yet I'm a sane person. Sane, I'm not crazy. Do you know what I mean? And at the same time, I have the knowledge of the world, the demons. People don't, and that's interesting. I would love to hear someone talking about these things. If someone is, whatever I'm talking, someone is saying the same thing, I would love to hear it. So I'm sure there are people like that too. Yeah, but
Because also, like, from what you're saying, I mean, I think it's just interesting because it's a different way of seeing reality, and also what is material, what we can see here, and maybe I don't know, you mentioned demons, but like this kind of spiritual, that they're not obviously seen world.
Yeah,
And what
but you
does
can
that-
feel it. You can feel it that there. I feel, because that plays with me as well. I have a that's one of part of depression, mine, and yeah.
So is it about almost like using, I don't want to say like using depression as an opportunity, but it's almost like, okay, this is going to sound really weird. I don't know if it's a gift or not a gift, because I guess it just depends on how you see things.
I think
but you can use it for something.
you can use
tap
it
into-
since you take you see, as you basically, if you think like that's something burden on yourself, that's a illness, then, but if you can't make whatever you have it, for example, if you go pain on your shoulder, but I say often to my clients or my children, I go, unless you accept the sensation of pain, it's not going to go away. It's just going to bother you. So you have to, if you can enjoy it, kind of, if you can dance in that, yeah, exactly. If we accept it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's part of me, and yeah, I can feel it, that part, and thrive it, kind of, in pain, because life will give you pain. If it's not in this, they will give you somewhere else. I mean, one thing is constant is the pain problems in your life. Do I mean? So if it's not this problem, it's something else. So if it's not depression, you go something else. You know what I mean? So you have to find, some people are able, because it's gift, probably able to see the gift side. Some people only see the illness side. Do you know what I mean? I think
so. It's kind
of
of like almost shifting your mindset as well, as you say, accept it, because if you don't accept it, you're just going to be stuck in this, oh, this is pain, this is, negative mindset. But if you accept it, maybe they'll take you to other places. So do you think that your podcast would be then aimed at maybe people who are, I don't know, struggling with depression, or maybe suspecting they may have depression as just an obvious of the types of people? People,
sure.
you mentioned about the weirdness, so maybe because there's the content, what you're talking about, and there's the how you're talking about, and I think that weirdness can be like a really great and enticing quality, because you can do something completely out of this world, you can do something completely crazy, something that doesn't go together, but you can have some fun with the form as well. I mean, you can do, I don't know, cookery program with demons. I don't know. I'm just like making stuff up, but there's no rules as to what the format could be.
But you have to be, I know, but you really have to be kind of, that's where the line is. You have to know where the line is drawn, because it easily can be consumed, the other world. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's not really easy to play with two worlds, because now I'm talking, saying, so I kind of like separate myself off from this, is because I rely on God heavily, I say it. So that's how I kind of save myself from submitting to the other world completely. Otherwise, I say often to people here and there, I goes, quite a lot of things ought to make me go really.
So spirituality, maybe, or just kind of like being aware where you want to align yourself, and maybe again,
to
help your recovery as well, and your direction in life.
Mine, I can't say about the others, but for me, to basically because depression, when it can't control it, it hits you and you are there. Okay, but I will slowly come out from it, but not all people can come out from it easily. They stay there. Yeah, so the help that I get is my inner strength, and also my parents' love, I would say. So I often say to people, I go, Harry Potter? That's a joke. Harry Potter? He's saved by his mother's love. Yeah, I say to people, I go, actually, it's true. With me, I actually went through so much in life, and my parents' love is like, no, they expect better. Do you know what I mean? Literally, I feel like, no, I can give in, I can give up. No, I'm not. His expectation, my parents' expectation on me higher. I can give in just like this. Literally, yeah.
So you're a
Do you know what I mean?
fighter as well.
Yeah, so quite a lot of these two things are prevalent in my struggle. It's a God and my parents. These two literally like guides me.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Aberfeldy Stories. This episode was made in partnership with The People Speak, and if you'd like to know more or to join the conversation, then come find us on Aberfeldy Street or visit www.thepeoplespeak.org.uk.